detective thrill me.
Thanks for joining us. Big ticket one tonight, Jared. We both got out to see Scream 7. So we will get to that very soon. Not as many notes, but because obviously I was in the cinema. But there's a fair bit to talk about on that front.
Yeah.
Before we get to that, let's do a quick whip round as to what we were watching. Mine's pretty small. Watched another episode of Mr. In Between, which was good. I watched the first episode of a fucking doco on Netflix called The Kings of Tupelo, a Southern crime drama.
Right.
About fucking Elvis impersonators and fucking all sorts of strange shit. It's got a feeling of like Tiger King.
Yeah, right. Okay.
It's kind of cut rate Tiger King.
Yep.
Look, it was all right. It was kind of
We'll
interesting. I mean, we're talking about some absolute fucking idiots here. You know, that type of one.
Mm.
So it was all right. I saw the first episode and I got started into the next episode. And I watched Tropic Thunder.
Ooh.
Fuck, that movie is very, very funny.
Yes,
very funny.
It is.
You could not make it today.
No.
But...
Well, yeah, no.
No, today. I kind of see why it kind of got away with some of it.
Yeah.
Because it's super kind of over the top. The Robert Downey Jr. stuff is not, you know, like pointing down.
No, it's kind of skewering.
Yeah, it's skewering a little bit.
Things.
It skewers Hollywood massively.
Yeah. Yeah, like the fucking awards movies. Simple Jack. That's sort of big.
Matthew McConaughey gets a nice little sort of tick for me with his little cameo as fucking constantly crapping on about TiVo and rocking up to fucking Les Grossman's office and demanding this, that, and the other. And like all of it is quite funny. Like throughout, it always gets laughs. Some of it early on, especially a comment about how's the adoption going. I was like, oh, jeez. We probably should have left that out. But other than that, it's highly amusing.
Yeah.
But that was it for me.
Right. So I have continued on Stranger Things. Season 5, fuck, these episodes are long.
Oh,
I've still got 2 to go.
Is your ass fucking sore?
It's getting to bum-numbing territory. Yeah, look, still sort of enjoying it.
Is it up and down?
Season 5 hasn't been my favourite. It does feel a little bit overblown, and I can understand why they're doing that, but they're pretty lengthy.
Too much of a good thing, Jared?
It might be. I just wish they'd kind of kept the episode length a little more in check. Okay, when we get to the last 2 episodes or whatever, go nuts.
Yeah.
But the last one's like 2 hours 20 or something like that. So it's a long season.
Fucking hell.
So I've got a couple to go. I'll report back.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, in the lead up to tonight, I completed the run through of the Scream series.
So you watched all of them?
I did. I watched them all again.
Now, hold back your ranking because we'll rank them after we've spoken about Scream 7.
But yeah, it was very enjoyable run through. The only other thing I did, I kind of went down a little bit of a rabbit hole on the back of Samurai Cop last week.
Samurai Cop 2?
Kind of not the rabbit hole. I could say I fucking tripped in the rabbit hole rather than kind of wanted to be there.
It fucking broke my ankle.
I did watch Samurai Cop 2.
Oh, God. How's that?
I don't know. It's one of these ones where it's trying to purposefully be...
Shit.
Yeah. But they do bring a lot of people back from the original movie, like all sorts of people, and get a couple of laughs out of playing on something. You know, they try to overdo like his partner kind of looking at the camera and pulling a face and shit like that. So it's very up and down. But Tommy Wiseau, fucking hell, that guy is like when his scenes kind of came on and he was fucking rambling. For a second, I was thinking, have I fucking accidentally ingested some sort of like edible or something? Because I was just kind of looking at the screen in some sort of fucking daze. The guy's a fucking lunatic, an absolute lunatic. So look, there's definitely something there to get a bit out of. But I went back to. So I was looking into Samurai Cop, and then I just kind of looked on the director and thought, like, how did this guy
get?
Because he seemed to have made a lot of movies, and it seemed like perhaps a sort of like a canon scenario where he'd made films in another country and then started making them in America. And lo and behold, Tubi had a bunch of his other American films.
Oh, fuck.
And so I kicked off with Hollywood Cop.
Well,
Absolute rubbish.
he's-
Not quite as funny as
Samurai Cop.
but has a few moments just like that.
Okay.
And then I in the midst of one called Killing American Style, which has got Robert Zadar again.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly,
Rubbish.
it's like a bloke. So the dialogue's fucking trash constantly through all these movies, the storylines. It's honestly like this guy is basically just fucking making a movie like you would when you were running around in the backyard when you're 5 years old and pretending you got a fucking gun and a sword and whatever. Like, those are what his movies are like.
Yeah, okay.
There's no fucking storyline. It's just people. Like, there was one where Killing American Style kicks off with this kind of heavy that's picking out these girls, and one of them he sort of starts to get amorous with, and then Zadar just busts in and is like, we got a gig, and then they're fucking running out and pulling the guns out and busting into some place. I'm like, what the fuck is actually happening here? Because it doesn't seem like much. It's just weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the rabbit hole that I tripped down.
Jesus, Jared. Try and get out of that if you can.
Yeah. Outside of that, the only other thing I watched was I did a couple of cinema visits this week.
Oh.
And I watched Iron Lung.
Oh, yeah. What's that like? I heard that's all right.
It's actually pretty good. Look, I got no background in the games, and it's clearly one that's sort of made for an audience that's familiar with some of these games. Obviously, Markiplier's in that sort of space. So I had kind of low expectations when we went in. It is a little bit long, and it does kind of. There's a whole bunch of parts where I was just like,
What was that?
I'm confused about what the fuck's going on. But it's another one of these one location things. And considering the guy is, you would probably say he's kind of an amateur in the filmmaking space, he directs it really well and delivers a pretty good acting performance. There's some really good stuff on the screen. Some of the effects are pretty good. He really manages to squeeze a bit of tension in parts. And,
Okay, well.
I thought it was all right.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
And that was it?
That was it.
All right. Let's talk Tulsa King, Jared. We did a deuce.
Talking
this
Tulsa.
time. 4 and 5. Episodes 4 and 5, season 1. Look, it was a bit of a drop down from the previous 2 episodes. Not in a bad way. I sat them at a nice tidy 3 out of 5. They were both sort of like, not filler, but they were just setting up. It's midpoint of the
Definitely
season.
mid-season kind of episode.
So they were just kind of setting things up, getting things in order. You know, they built some relationships, Dwight and the guys from New York.
Yep.
Dwight and his daughter. What's the name of the driver? Tyler, is it?
Tyson.
Tyson and his dad.
Yeah.
That was a nice touch.
Yeah, I
where
like where
he
that's
got
going.
involved with a little fucking stink, little brouhaha that went on. I also like the fact that they're kind of ratcheting up the bad blood between Dwight's crew and the motorcycle gang.
Yeah.
And then throwing in some corrupt fucking coppers into the mix to kind of add a little extra angle.
Yep.
Which I thought was all quality stuff. They felt a little bit stuffed. There was a fair bit going on in pretty quick turnaround. But I never felt kind of like bored.
No.
It's not like I was looking at it and going, fuck guys, come on, let's get on with it. They're breezy. Stallone is, you know, he's in fine touch.
He's in good touch.
He's in really good touch. And we don't say that often.
I mean, you asked if he'd won me back, and I kind of said, yeah.
Nothing
and then
else.
I said, I don't want to watch him in anything else, but yeah, he kind of has won me back. If
What
it's
about
Tulsa King.
Cliffhanger 2?
Okay, maybe something else.
But I also like that it kind of, episode 5 ended with kind of like a bit of violent revenge on a situation that he only just sort of found out about. We closed the loop on a relationship that sort of started in the first episode that was antagonistic between him and another one of the mafia guys, but nicely handled.
Yeah.
And still sort of keeps that kind of family thing.
Well, sort of ratcheting up the tension within his own crew as well. Like kind of bringing another, like there was some tension, but it's sort of fucking...
It's boiling
now. Yeah.
Because he's now starting to not take orders from these guys.
Yes.
He's starting to do what he wants, which is against, like the guy sort of said to him, when I tell you to come, you fucking come.
Yeah.
And he says, you get yourself a fucking poodle or something. They come every time.
Yeah.
He just fucking walks off.
Yep.
So yeah, look, I'm very happy with it. I think so far it's been not a surprise. I'd heard very good things, but, you know, Sylvester sometimes doesn't always grab. Fuck. Sylvester sometimes doesn't always grab me.
No.
Not
always these days.
He makes out like he is, but then he lets me go.
Yes.
And I was a bit concerned that...
Look, he's committed. This isn't a one-day gig for Sylvester. He's committed to this one.
But also, this is when Sylvester's at his best, Jared, is when he allows himself to be a little more vulnerable.
Yeah.
The characters are vulnerable.
Yes.
What I like about Dwight is he's a tough guy, but there are moments where his daughter in that episode, that's the 5th episode, where his daughter basically tells him to fucking jam it up his ass.
Mm.
And he kind of tries to apologise. He tries to fucking cajole. Like he tries to buy his way back in by paying for the funeral and all that shit, or paying for, and it's just not getting. She's just not. She's not having it
anywhere.
And he's vulnerable there.
Yeah.
And Sylvester, when he's on form, he can do this.
Yeah. Yep.
And do it pretty well.
Yeah, I think I would probably agree. It's about a 3 out of 5 for both of them. Maybe even a 3.5 for episode 4, because I really enjoyed getting to know Armand a little better.
Yeah.
Like there's a real kind of sense of humour in the show. Like there's moments where you can get that fucking humour. I love the fact that they played that fucking dog shit video for 4 episodes.
Yeah, and then he just wipes it all over the guy and fucking thumps him.
But yeah, there's a bit of humour there. There's I enjoyed sort of branching out with Tyson a little bit more too, and Stacey Beale and these sorts of things that are going on.
Mm.
I felt like episode 5 didn't work as well because
it was all
away.
Contained in New York.
Yeah, he was away. We'd go back to Tulsa and it's like, well, nothing's really...
And I was expecting him to get involved in Tyson's situation.
Yes, yeah.
Where he was locked up.
They're kind of holding that over for us.
Yeah. He's going to deal with... I did love, though, the way that the barman deals with the coppers, though, when he brings him in.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, this is on Cherokee land, so you can get your fucking fat ass out of here.
Yeah, you cottage cheese asses.
You can get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, look, I enjoy that. I kind of like, Martin Starr being thrown into a few scenarios that he clearly doesn't want a part of. And
what does he say?
What's the
Who's
other
the white man Freddy? The bane of my existence.
What's the other bloke? Bad face? He comes in, he's like, I don't really have a lot of friends, so I really thank you guys for bringing me in on this.
He's fucking thumping people left and right.
Yeah, look, I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping... I'd anticipate we get another 1 or 2 episodes where we're sort of not treading water, but we're sort of slowly putting the parts
building
that are
the
going to come
crescendo
together in play
of the season. Yeah, we're putting people in place, and then we're gonna bring it home. But the good thing about it is when we've done that, it's never been boring.
Yeah,
we've never sat there going, "Fuck!" Like, can we just get to the next sort of thing? So they've found the right mixture as to how to keep us intrigued and entertained.
Yeah.
So I think that both of those episodes did that.
Yep.
All right. Now, Jared, let's take a break. Here's the trailer for 2026's Scream 7.
Hello, Sydney. Everyone you love suffer while you watch.
This killer has been planning his attack for years.
No.
Your daughter, Tatum, is the same age that you were when this whole thing started.
This isn't gonna stop unless I stop it.
Where is my daughter?
This is gonna be fun.
Scream, only in theaters. Tickets on sale February 9th.
Scream 7 from 2026, directed by Kevin Williamson, who directed Teaching Mrs. Tingle. It's produced by Paul Neinstein, who produced Abigail, William Sherek, who produced Ready or Not, and James Vanderbilt, who produced Zodiac. The story's by Williamson, Gary Busek, who wrote Final Destination Bloodline, and James Vanderbilt, who wrote Fountain of Youth, and the screenplay is by Williamson and Busek. It stars Neve Campbell as Sydney Evans, Courtney Cox as Gail Weathers, Isabel May as Tatum Evans, Jasmine Savoy Brown as Mindy Meeks Martin, Mason Gooding as Chad Meeks Martin, Anna Camp as Jessica Bowden, and Joel McHale as Mark Evans. The budget was $45 million, which I believe would be the highest of the series. And at this moment, the projected domestic opening weekend is $60 million. So fucking bang for your buck.
Scream
immediately. Greenlit immediately.
In the chamber, regardless of reviews and whatnot.
Okay, after directors Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillette, who helmed Scream and Scream 6, chose not to return for the seventh film, creator Kevin Williamson suggested his friend Christopher Landon as a suitable replacement. Landon had worked on Scream, the original, as an intern and was officially set to take over, but dropped out after receiving death threats over Melissa Barrera's firing, which he maintained was not his decision. There was a fair bit of shit going on in the background here.
Yep.
And we could go into that ad nauseum. All right. Scream 7, Jared. How did you feel?
So I had some trepidation, perhaps might be the term, going in. Obviously, you know, when there's behind the scenes stuff going on like there is and, you know, quick rewrites and whatever, we've learned to be a little cautious with some of that sort of stuff.
Yes, we have.
I had some concerns around how Williamson was going to go as a director. But when I went in, that turned out to be the least of my worries because I think that's one of the real strengths of the movie.
Yeah.
Is that he handles a lot of the Ghostface stuff really well. I think which makes up a large portion of the film. Yes. Too, so that really helps. I think where the issues come in is the writing. I think you can see that not necessarily that they changed a lot, but I think you can, it feels like it just needed to be a bit tighter. Like, the whole, you know, the previous Scream movies will have their sort of meta commentary pretty well ironed out and that sort of thing. I feel like this one was one of the worst in terms of what are we actually sort of saying about things here? What are we saying about? And it even looks a bit muddled. Like they start bringing up things like true crime fanatics, which they've done a little bit of before. Yeah, but it kind of goes nowhere. It kind of goes nowhere, and then we're onto the AI, use of the AI, but then we don't really have anything to say about using the AI. No, it's just we're using it. Yeah, so that part struggled. There was some things going on with the you know, some of the side characters where I felt like they just weren't as memorable. They just felt like fucking stand-ins. You know, stand them up, knock them down, kind of. Yeah. Not really a lot to do, but all in all, I think I had a reasonably positive experience with the viewing. Mm-hmm. Did see it in IMAX. I didn't even realise it was coming to IMAX. What was it like in IMAX? It's not really an IMAX type of film, though. Well, any of those. Anytime you get a bit of the, sort of stalk and slash and chases, and you know the scenes where things are burning down or whatever, it's pretty good. The biggest thing for me is even if it's not really visually something, the sound in IMAX is awesome. That's where you get a real appreciation for the sound design in them. Yeah. So yeah, it was pretty good to see it in that. I settled on a 3. Mm-hmm. I think I was still pretty positive on things despite being very low on certain aspects of the movie that we'll get into. Yeah, I agree. I gave it a 3. It's enjoyable, but it's the low end of Scream, which probably tells you the quality of the series. Yeah. The set pieces are excellent, and they make up a large portion of the film, so that helps. That certainly helps. Yeah. He does really well with the set pieces and adds a little bit of gore back into things that some of the other films probably have missed or have dialed down. Yep. But you are correct. It's Williamson. Part of his direction doesn't work because he doesn't elicit very good performances, apart from Neve Campbell. Neve Campbell is fucking excellent. And, yeah, look, it's the old playbook, you know, world-weary Sydney, now much older. You know, like it's the fucking Laurie Strode playbook to the max. Yep. But Neve Campbell's a good actress and delivers a really good performance. Plus, I thought the AI stuff was all right. Like, I thought the addition of it, agreed, it didn't really
have anything to say, but I like the addition of it in the context of the phone calls and shit, and to almost like give us a little, not red herring, because I didn't like. At no point was I like, oh, this all feels legit. No, but I appreciated the technological improvement.
Yep.
And adding it to the whole Ghostface lore.
Yeah. It was just a way that we could sort of mix up the phone calls.
Correct. But there are some large problems. And they are very much script related, Jared. Williamson's worst traits as a writer come out a bit. Some of the dialogue's rubbish. It's absolute rubbish. The characterizations are fucking, some of them, absolute zero. There's one guy who gets his throat cut in before the girl gets killed on the flying thing.
Yeah.
He had one previous scene.
Yes.
And it was about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so what the fuck? Why is this guy even here? You know, like it was just kind of that throwaway. And I hate to say this, I really do, but the reveal is absolutely awful.
Yeah.
Like I don't have words to describe how badly bungled this was. It's so poor and so it's fucking lazy as.
Yep.
And when it happened, I was kind of just like, what have I seen?
Yeah.
What the fuck is this? Like.
Yeah.
And then the killer gives us a monologue as to why they did it. And when they finished, I was just like, Ed?
Yeah. Well, they finished, and I was just kind of said, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Correct.
What are you on about?
And so some of my concerns about Kevin Williamson were totally debunked, and then some of them were still there.
Yeah.
But overall, I at least had some fun with it.
Yeah.
It was still a good time.
Yep.
And for a film like this to be at the low end of the series and still as a 3 is a pretty good indicator the series has always had a bit of legs and always managed to do something with the material.
Yeah.
And they did to a degree. It's just a little bit more polished, Jared. A little bit more time. And I think you might have been able to expand upon.
Yeah.
But I still enjoyed it. Now, I didn't take notes in the theatre, so I've jotted down some things that I liked and that I disliked.
Yeah, same.
First out of the gate, Neve Campbell is really good.
Yeah.
We finally give her some fucking meat and she takes to it.
Yeah.
And she gives us a performance that's kind of like sad but tough, you know, like she even manages to turn some of the shit dialogue into fucking palatable.
Yes.
You know, and that's a good indicator of someone who's really kind of invested.
Yeah, and I actually kind of enjoyed some of the scenes with her and her daughter.
Yeah.
I thought there was, I mean, it's we're not rewriting any playbooks here. It was all pretty standard stuff, but I did kind of enjoy it. It's like she's just a likable presence, and she's a good enough actress that you buy the relationship between the mother and daughter.
I remember we said that Skyscraper was a pile of shit, but I would have rather that Neve Campbell was the fucking hero, not The Rock with his one leg.
Yeah.
So the same, like this is where you see kind of that, like this is a character who's been in fucking X number of films.
Yes.
So there's a lot of baggage, there's a lot of shit to work with, and she does a good job.
Yep.
And I give Williamson some credit there because I think a lot of the writing there is probably from him.
Yep.
For her, which I thought was good. Plenty of gore. I was pretty fucking happy with the gore. They ratcheted it up for this one.
They did indeed.
Well above like 5 and 6.
Yes.
Which were a little bit muted in the gore department. I mean, there's a couple.
They had their moments, but yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple of guttings in this one which are quite fucking untidy. There's a shooting at the end.
Yeah.
Blow someone's fucking face off.
The beer tap.
Which I thought the beer tap, like some of that at least took the standard shit and took it a little further.
Yeah.
And it was pretty grotesque sort of stuff, which I liked. So I was pretty happy with that.
Yep.
You know what? Mindy and Chad. they didn't have a lot to do.
No.
And they didn't have a lot of time.
But they were
But
very
they
welcome.
fucking delivered it. They took their opportunity. Every time they were on screen, they're both very likeable actors.
Yes.
So that's very helpful. But it was nice to have their presence there.
Yeah. And they've developed like a real sibling kind of rapport.
Yes.
Which is kind of cool. And yeah, they were, especially when they were in the mix with the sort of younger crew of actors, it was like, thank Christ they're bringing a little bit of sizzle.
Yeah, because there was some fucking
much on there.
Because there were hot plates not even turned on.
Indeed.
A couple of them, and I will get to them in the dislikes because, but when you put those two guys there, you kind of wanted them to be in danger. Like I wanted them to be kind of in the mix.
Yes.
With Sydney and her daughter.
Yeah.
But then we just couldn't keep them. And I think it's a product of the pivoting when we lost Melissa Barrera and we lost Jenna Ortega. We kind of pivoted, but we tried to keep some of what was in 5 and 6.
Yeah, and I actually think them being Gail's interns was a neat little way to bring them in.
Yeah, it made a bit of sense.
I thought it was pretty cool.
Like, I was okay with that. Like, I was kind of happy with that.
Yep.
So it was nice to have them there.
Yes. Yeah, it was good.
The Ghostface sequences, which make up a good portion of the picture, right? They were all pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I thought so.
He always did something different.
Indeed.
He did some stuff early on where you saw the fucking mask in the background in the darkness and it disappeared. He had sequence with Joel McHale where it was all in the fucking, all of the plastic hanging down, like, which was
a
really
couple
cool.
of really nice moments between the sort of the opaque, you see the mask sort of appear and then slip away. And
I liked some of that.
Some of that's as good as we've got in the Ghostface stuff.
I reckon the opening is the second best one behind the original.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I thought the opening was a real winner.
Yep.
I like the idea of like that house is now like a fucking museum.
Yeah.
That does some like that's kind of like one of those almost like escape room type of things.
Well, it's funny because the
cool.
actual house has, they have done Airbnb stays at the house with Matthew Lillard.
Oh,
so it's kind of
okay.
like that's where some of the meta stuff was good. And I actually loved how in that sequence how they started the Stu Marker stuff with references to real stuff, like the podcast person saying, "Oh, there was actually sightings of Stu at the college and whatever."
Yeah,
basically referencing the fact that he's at the party in Scream 2 because he just turned up on the shooting day.
And he was there.
Like, I love that sort of stuff. I thought we started on
some
really
nice
solid
there.
footing. Yeah,
and all that stuff was cool.
Even the one I know there's been a bit of criticism about the one coming from the roof.
That was
I thought that was really cool. I get that, people were like, she seemed to have the world's best fucking security system. How did we not know? Okay, I accept that. But when I'm just looking at the sequence, how it plays out, it was fucking good.
Yeah, I really liked that bit where she said to him, "Did you turn the light out?" She said, "I thought you did." And the fucking lights go out in the hallway. Some of that was cool.
Yes.
It was really cool.
Yeah, I liked it.
And I really liked the one on stage.
Yeah.
With the fucking flying harness.
Yes, that
especially
was
when she's stuck in the air, she's trying to get out and the fucking door opens up there and he's standing up there, right near her.
Yeah.
I thought it was fucking so cool.
It
was really, really cool.
They managed to get a little bit of the creep factor in.
Yeah.
With Ghostface again.
Yeah,
which was good.
so I think that helps the film a lot.
Yeah.
Because that's where Williamson's at his steadiest as a director. And so they kind of, I feel like they probably made a choice, possibly because the script was not really there.
Yeah.
The choice is let's put plenty of Ghostface on display. And it works. It works a lot. I even like the fight in the bar that then spills out onto the street and down to the cafe, and then we've got Sydney on looking at the camera telling her when to shoot and where. Like, some of that was fucking cool.
Yeah.
It was really cool. So I really liked that. And my other biggest like was I kind of dug the deep fake video. I don't know why, because initially I kind of felt like I should have hated it. I should have fucking hated it. Like, I should have thought, this is fucking so stupid. But it's not far-fetched. It's not that far-fetched.
No.
Right? So to me, adding him, and I thought Matthew Lillard goes fucking over the top, and he dives into it with shitloads of gusto.
Yeah.
And and also it kind of brings back another character that we've been doing in 5 and 6.
I think that's the part that I enjoyed the most. Was like, okay, however this plays out, I'm really enjoying having Matthew Lillard back on the screen in this role again.
Yes. When we get to we start to do some investigating, things don't go well.
My feelings on the videos as a whole are kind of tied up with the fact that I don't think the angle that they're used for really comes to fruition in any meaningful way.
They never really explain.
So I was similar to you. Like I was just in the run of the film, I was just enjoying having him back in the mix. Yeah. And as you said, being part of the calls, now it's not just Ghostface on the phone, it's Stu's on the fucking FaceTime. And I did enjoy it.
Yeah, I did too. Now, did you have any other specific likes you wanted to bring in?
Oh, not necessarily. I think we've mostly covered the things that I did enjoy about it. Yeah, mainly those. I think let's start to fucking dig into some of the not so good stuff.
Dislikes, Jared. The scripting is underdone.
Yeah.
Significantly underdone.
Yeah. It's a bit muddled.
It's very muddled. There are some ideas that sort of come up.
Yeah.
They sort of pop their heads to the surface
for a minute.
And then someone says, I don't want coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
Turn that off.
Yeah.
And so...
Yeah, things are percolating and someone walks in and goes, I'll have a hot chocolate, thanks.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
So
here's another idea.
Yeah. It's like, I'd have a couple of beers, but you know what? There's tequila shots on offer.
Yeah.
So I better get into that too. Things like that, one of the things that I found difficult to wrap my head around, and I thought maybe it might have been a scripting issue, is the fucking daughter's going, I don't know anything about you. And it's like, you live in the Google generation. Your fucking mother has got, you could get an entire Wikipedia page to tell you everything that happened to fucking Sidney Prescott.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
So you're telling me you haven't read that. And so we start with that.
She's watched Stab.
And then we go, but you won't let me ask any questions. I know everything, but you won't let me ask questions. I'm like, hang on.
Yeah.
A minute ago, you made out like you fucking didn't know anything.
Yeah. And it didn't really even touch the surface on that until, oh, fuck, you're in mortal danger. After we get out of that, I'll just say, oh, yeah, we'll chat a bit more.
And I'll tell you that I named you after a friend of mine.
Yeah.
That's that shit is unacceptable.
Which it kind of sucks because that little speech about Tatum was really
all
cool.
right, yeah. But what it should have been, Jared, is that she should have known everything. She should have asked all the questions, and she felt fucking. The idea that they seemed to be going for was she felt inferior to Mum. Mum was tough. Mum was fucking a fighter.
Yeah.
I'm a pussy.
Yeah.
That's the angle they were going for, and that's how it played out.
Yeah.
But it should have basically been easily set up that she knew everything there was to know about her mum.
Yeah, that was undercooked.
It was very undercooked.
But also, we spoke about...
The middle of the cake was fucking...
Yeah, you stuck the skewer in, but there was still fucking
shit all over.
Shit stuck to it.
But she was so desperate to eat some cake, you fucking just,
just pulled it out of the oven anyway. It said, have a slice.
I'll eat the edges.
So I think that was one of the issues, but it also shows up with the, you look back at some of the other ones and you can really, you dig into the meta commentary, they
dropped that totally.
They dropped it totally. Like watching part 5, I really enjoyed the whole sort of requel and the legacy sequel talk and the fucking toxic fandom and all that sort of stuff that was going on throughout. Part 6, probably not one of the stronger ones in the series in that regard, in my opinion, either.
But they went with the whole
has
commentary around people doing fucking, they were in college for that stuff and they were murdering because of it and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah, and brought some interesting ideas through in that regard. This one's really down the bottom end.
Mindy makes one little speech that lasts maybe a minute, where she talks about expectations or sort of subverting them or something. I can't. Oh, that's right. Yeah. The fucking creepy guy across the road. It's always him.
Yeah,
that sort of shit. But that wasn't anything really about film. It was just more about fucking.
Yeah, and that's where it felt slapdash.
Yeah, it felt like a first draft.
Yeah.
If I'm honest, like
It
it
did.
felt like they had not ironed things out, and it's a product, I think, of the whole. I suggest they already had a date that they had to hit,
Yeah.
and then the whole fucking shit with Melissa Barrera blows up,
Yeah. So
and then
delay it,
suddenly,
for fuck's
fuck,
sake.
everything's gone to shit. And instead of going, you know what, we can hold this back for 12 months.
Well, I know there's reasons that they can't delay it sometimes, but they managed to put a fairly significant delay on something like Mortal Kombat 2
Yeah.
that would have had a similar sort of expectation of when it needed to be out and that sort of thing. Like,
Plus, your budget's 45 mil.
Yeah.
It's not like that James Bond one that they had to sit on, which was 200 million.
Jesus Christ.
Like, that's where you start going, fuck, we're in big trouble.
yeah.
Oh, shit.
That's when you start to sweat. The sphincter tightens a little
But then
bit.
again, you say you have to sit on Top Gun Maverick and then boom,
Yeah,
it comes out and fucking blasts everyone away. So it can be rocks and diamonds, I get that, but you didn't have to delay it for that long.
No, I don't think
Maybe
so.
another 6 months,
Yeah.
push it back.
Yeah, that's where you feel the cash grab element, is it just didn't feel ready.
Yeah, it does not feel ready at all. A lot of characters, Jared. A lot of them barely even.
A whole lot of nothing, really.
Yeah. There are so many characters, and some of them, especially the daughter's friends.
I could not tell
Fuck
you
me.
one of their names.
Yeah. What was
Not one of them.
What was the name of the creepy guy across the road?
I don't know. Creepy guy.
His name.
That was it.
And also, this. Actually, I'll bring this as a separate dislike, but you had all these characters, and I know why you have them. You have them as like fucking bait and switch.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
you know,
Plenty
who
of
could it
fodder,
be?
plenty of people to put
Yeah.
a spotlight on briefly.
You have to build them
Yeah, yeah.
to give me something to perhaps go, it could be them.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even get me fucking started on the boyfriend.
Oh,
Jesus
good
Christ.
Lord.
What the fuck were they doing there?
Well, he was off track from the second he got in when they tried to recreate that.
Oh,
Billy
and
scene.
it's just, yeah, that was
That scene kind
horrible.
of stank a little bit.
stank hard. But he was such a fucking personality fucking baron. Black hole.
Yeah.
Like the acting is bad. Like, and this is coming to some of Kevin Williams's, the things that he struggled with as a director.
Yeah.
He didn't elicit a lot of great performances.
No.
I found most of the other performances, even someone like Joel McHale, who
It was
I can,
pretty rough.
who I can always get behind.
Yeah.
The only time he comes alive is when he's fucking thumping it on with fucking Ghostface in the their fucking edition in the house.
Parts where they were in conversation and stuff, they almost looked like sort of TV show work sometimes too. That was where, the direction wasn't quite up to par in comparison with the Ghostface stuff. I thought, it was a little shoddy. But he doesn't really manage to get much out of those periphery
No.
characters.
Because they're not on
peripheral
screen enough,
characters.
Jared. Like,
No.
fuck, I told you, one guy gets his throat slit and he has one scene prior to that happening.
Yeah.
The girl who gets gutted on the flying harness,
Yeah.
we see her in one previous scene
Yeah.
where she talks about how the boyfriend the guy had a fucking squeezy ass or whatever, and I was just like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, look, the funny thing is, like, a lot of people are like, oh, we keep bringing these fucking same characters back, blah, blah, blah. The recurring characters were the only stuff you got a bit of life out of.
Correct.
And Tatum, probably. I would say
Tatum got better
in the
as
connection
she went along.
with Sydney.
Yeah, as things went along, her performance got better, but early on it was pretty fucking
Yeah.
pretty lowbrow.
But when she's removed from Sydney and with those other characters,
Oh.
it's
Shocking.
just the interest level in it all was
Jesus.
pretty low.
I tell you what,
I mean, if those guys said, you want to come
You
to our
wanna
party?
hang out?
You want
No,
to come to
thanks.
hang out? I'd say no.
you know
think
what?
so.
I'd rather be a fucking recluse.
Exactly, yeah.
I'd hang out with you guys.
got-
Fuck, sorry. No,
I got
no.
big plans tonight on the PlayStation.
No, that's where I'd be like, oh, yeah. And then they go, all right, we'll meet you over there. Oh,
Yeah.
with you?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. No.
I say, yeah, I'll be there. And then I switch my phone off and don't turn up. That's how I handle it.
pulled that one a few times. It's a fucking classic. The next morning, there's a fucking half a dozen fucking voicemails.
Oh, shit, I fell asleep. Oh, sorry.
I fell asleep. But you know what? My phone fucking ran out of battery too. I was at it. The boyfriend, a lot of the stuff with the boyfriend, I did not I did not buy at all.
No.
And then there's a sequence later on which we'll talk about when it comes to the unmasking, which I slapped my forehead. I was just like, what the fuck? Like, honestly. All right, so another issue I felt with Kevin Williamson's direction was also framing certain fucking people as like standing in a crowd going, looking fucking ominous for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
Like, nobody did that in any of the other Scream movies.
No.
And then you think this is the best thing to add?
Yeah.
Like, it was fucking ridiculous. They do it for the guy who's directing the play. The teacher.
Yes.
At one point, he's just standing there going,
In the fucking crime scene, after the first Ghostface.
Yeah.
Which
attack.
I actually did like, the fact that they kind of knocked one over midway and then kind of revealed it to be someone completely disconnected as like a lead. I thought that was cool.
Totally thought that was fine.
We don't see him again, do we?
No, he never turns
director.
up again. Never. He's just given this one final fucking sequence where he's just there going,
yeah,
looking across in the crowd. They show the kid next door. he's using his leaf blower. We look over and he's there going, ominously blowing leaves around.
Looking like old mate in pieces, Bluto in pieces.
Exactly. And I was just like, holy fuck, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
But then it is the absolute nadir of this is where Carl, his coffee, she puts the coffee out saying Carl.
Yeah,
and then
he wanders over.
He wanders over and looks all fucking.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
he's doing everything bar the noises. He's
and I was
grunting
just like, oh my God, what the fuck are you thinking, Kevin?
Yeah, not great work.
Like, this is not good direction.
No.
It's not.
No, it's not.
So, those were some of the things I've been concerned about.
Yeah.
Right? Not that specifically. I wasn't expecting that.
Well, you weren't expecting.
Well, I saw it. I was like, fuck, Kevin.
I mean, I thought Carl was going to start talking about 7-minute abs.
Yeah.
He was kind of twitching and
no! Yeah, I'll do abs in 7 minutes. No, I thought it was going to be that guy from fucking Australian Idol that time. Jimmy Scaff or whatever his fucking name was. Like that type of thing.
Yeah.
That was the worst. But no, the thing that I was more worried about is exactly what you said. The way that some of those sequences are directed, they look like fucking Dawson's Creek.
Yeah.
Like they look really sort of television style, not feature film. Whereas the Ghostface stuff looks fucking great.
Telenovela almost.
Yeah, fuck yeah, that's the way.
Yeah.
Some pretty flat dialogue.
Yes.
Not a lot of memorable stuff.
No.
The humour is kind of been erased. I didn't get a lot of humour out of anything.
Only, for me, it was only from Mindy and Chad.
Yeah, that was it.
Little bits of...
And even then, they were just a chuckle here and there, but not anything sort of, there was nothing really strong.
Yeah.
And that the same went for Gail. It's funny. I feel like we should have got rid of Gail a while back, but you do see when her and Neve Campbell come together and they hug each other and she says something about how you've always had my back and I wasn't there for you.
Yeah.
And honestly, we fucking drove home that she wasn't in New York.
Yeah,
fucking
it's almost like we were taking shots at it.
Why? Why the fuck do we need to? Yes, she wasn't there. We're aware of that.
She's fucking earned a break, I'd imagine, after 5 goes at it.
Almost being murdered 5 times.
Yeah. To say, I think I might sit this one out. It's perfectly reasonable.
So, when they come together for that brief moment, I kind of was like, I kind of see why you still have her. Yeah. But
she didn't get as much.
But then when we actually break it down, she doesn't have much to do.
No, and the sort of sassy persona was missing a little bit.
A little bit. It was a bit flat.
Because we did get some humour out of that in previous installments.
Yeah. And I did like when they arrived.
Yeah.
They run Carl over and then she walks out of the car and goes, what the fuck's going on? But you know what? I would have been happy too if Mindy and Chad had been the ones that turned up and not Gail.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Look, I'm in the camp of I'm still happy to have Gail around, but I would certainly agree that she wasn't really used effectively.
I feel like I would have liked to. It would have been made. It might have made more emotional sense if Gail had died in 6. So we've lost Dewey, we've lost Gail,
Yeah.
and now Sydney's alone. Sydney's on her own.
In
right?
part, yeah, I can see that.
And it could have. We could have stretched a bit of vulnerability for Sydney to show the daughter, look, I'm not fucking superhuman.
Yeah.
I am now worried because my crew, my posse, the people who fucking who have watched my back for 6 movies are gone.
I just feel she's worked really well off Sydney in
she
a
has.
number of sequels.
She certainly did in even in 4.
Yeah.
They work reasonably well together.
Yeah.
A little bit in 5, but they're not in it that much. Obviously, Sydney's not in 6, so that doesn't help. But yeah, she has worked better with Sydney.
Yeah.
I think that comes down to the writing. The writing's not strong for those sequences.
No.
Now here's a
And
question for you,
sort
Jared.
of partially overstuffed. Like
Because you when I said Joel McHale's name, you went like you'd been like you'd been sort of vaguely kicked in the balls or something. I don't know exactly what your feelings are.
Yeah.
But I did read something that initially it was actually going to be Patrick Dempsey.
Yeah, probably should have been.
And I love Joel McHale, but I think and Dempsey said something about once the changes happened, scheduling conflicts and that, he wasn't available.
Yeah.
And the idea I'm going to assume is McHale is meant to be that character. They never actually say his surname.
No.
But I'm pretty sure that that's what they're aiming for.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think Dempsey would have brought a bit more, a bit more charm to it.
Well, look, I love Joel McHale too. In the right
Plenty of
circumstances.
fucking sex appeal, obviously.
But his thing is, it reminds me of what's the Christmas one? It's a Wonderful
Knife.
It's a Wonderful Knife. In that one, I just couldn't take him all that seriously, and he had moments where it was almost played like comedy. This one, not so much, but I had a similar vibe.
But he also wasn't given a lot.
No, he wasn't given a lot to do, but whenever he was on screen, his delivery, I was kind of expecting a bit of canned laughter or something afterwards. Like it just didn't.
It's the classic example of typecast, right? So he's always been known as a comedic actor.
Yep.
He's tried to stretch a little into some non-comedic roles, but we always seem to see him as comedic.
Yeah.
Whereas Dempsey doesn't come with that baggage. So essentially, if you'd have put him in there, you would have had more of a dramatic actor.
Yes.
In a dramatic piece.
Yep.
Right? So I think it would have worked better with Patrick Dempsey. I'm not against Joel McHale.
No.
I still like the guy and I still feel he gets fucked because he doesn't get anything to do.
Yeah, pretty much.
Plus he's stabbed about 500 times and somehow still alive. Which, I know. He must have missed all vital organs.
It's crazy.
I assume.
It's crazy.
But that's the standard in the Scream films, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's always somebody who's been stabbed fucking 500 times.
I mean,
Still
Chad
alive.
survived part 6, so.
Yeah. And 2 people stabbed the fuck out of him, didn't they?
Yeah.
The reveal.
Oof. Big spoilers.
Oh, yeah, big spoilers.
Big spoilers.
Spoiler alert for everyone. Like, fucking, we are going to spoil the shit out of this. So what we eventually had, Jared, and please correct me if I'm wrong, we had 3 killers.
Yes.
We had 3 killers. The first one was Carl.
Yeah.
Carl didn't get his coffee, wasn't fucking hot enough.
It was filthy that someone suggested 6-minute abs, so he decided to go on a fucking killing spree.
Yeah. Exactly. I did like that Carl gets taken out.
Yes.
Right?
I thought that was good. That was something. It was a throwaway character, but it's like, okay, well, this is going to be your lead.
Yes.
They fluffed it, but it was.
I also liked that Carl was a
cool.
big, imposing type. So once again, this guy could have done what we're saying.
Yeah.
Because once again, as we get to the explanation, there is clearly someone who could not have fucking done that.
Yeah.
Like, could not have handled people like they are.
Yeah.
Like, it's in the last couple, they have always had a second murderer where you're like, there is no fucking way that person's the person we saw.
Well, biggest example, which it's one of the things about part 5 I just cannot get over, is the scenarios where it's got to be Mikey Madsen's character. And she's tiny compared to some of those people.
Yeah.
And so
she killed Dewey.
She killed Dewey. And in that scene, if I recall correctly, that Ghostface is minimum eye to eye with Dewey.
Yeah.
Like it's just not.
It's not possible.
It's not cricket.
It's not cricket, Jared. It's not cricket. And look, don't get me wrong, I understand you're going to hide that.
Yeah, of course.
But it can't be that then.
It can't be that.
That's why
egregious.
Stu and Billy works.
Yeah.
Because they're both about the same size.
Yeah.
They're both strong, young, strapping
young lads
who could have dished it out to people.
Yeah.
But when we get to the moment of like, first the investigation is just fucking crap as we start looking into Carl.
Yes.
And he was possibly hanging around with Stu.
Yeah.
who was named John Doe. And I'm just like, what are we doing?
Yep.
Like,
and we come across, I feel like it's probably a good time to mention this because we come across what might be the stupidest thing in the whole movie for me is when we try to set up the boyfriend as a character, and we cop the video of him of the AI. And then of course
I'm just doing that to see if you can do it.
Yeah. And then of course after he dies, we're left with the explanation of, so he was just doing that just to see if he could do it. And if that's the case, he has got to be one of the biggest fucking dildos going around. Would that be a fair way to sum it up?
Oh, spot on. But you know what? That's when Sydney needs to say to Tatum, you fucking dodged a bullet because this guy's clearly a fucking psychopath.
Did you see the video? Fuck, come on. So that we throw that out as a fucking lead that goes nowhere in the midst of this whole thing.
But when we finally get to the actual reveal, and we reveal that it is Ethan Embry, who's been in the movie for what? One fucking scene.
One scene, yeah.
And honestly, is he that bald or was that fake?
I don't know. I couldn't tell.
His fucking hair was back here on the middle of his head.
But in
Holy
any case,
shit, he looks shocking. Jesus.
He looked like Gargamel when he had the cloak on. But when he pulled the mask off, I kind of just went, "Oh no, fucking hell! What have we done here?"
You had picked.
I picked Anna Camp.
My wife also picked Anna Camp.
Yeah, because the first scene where she sort of bowls up to her son.
Yeah,
I was just kind of like, oh, well, it can't be him because surely we're not just going to make it.
The creepy guy.
Killer coming out going, oh, Miss Prescott, blah, 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 like, going on about the crime tour. So I was kind of suspicious of their relationship.
Yeah.
But then when she just kind of disappears and doesn't come back, and there was a sequence where she's
One scene she comes back and has a conversation with Sydney.
But just after that, when they're out the front of the house, after the first Ghostface, she says to her son something along the lines of, I want you to stay away until this is all wrapped up. Or something like that kind of insinuates, it could be nothing, but the wording makes it sound like. And so I was kind of looking at her, and then when she was just kind of shoved to the back, I was just kind of like, yeah, she's coming back.
And she hasn't been killed.
As one of those.
She hasn't been killed.
Yeah.
So
I did. I was onto her, but that does not make her rambling explanation of what she was doing.
Can you explain what it was about? Because it had something to do with you sat out New York. Once again, we're back on the whole New York.
Back on the whole New York thing.
And
it was like, you were my inspiration.
But why do I fucking care that you weren't in New York?
Yeah. Oh, that was the other thing. When she said she referred to her ex-husband and she's like, oh, that abusive piece of shit. I was like, okay, well, there's backstory there that you're not giving us that I feel like you're going to give us when she pulls the mask off.
Yeah, okay.
So,
I mean, one thing I will say
rambling.
Is Anna Camp would be taller.
Yeah, and I got no issues with Anna Camp.
And she's more athletic.
I really like her as an actress.
Yeah, so do I.
And I don't mind her being in the mix for this, but the whole scenario was just silly.
How did she get connected with fucking Ethan Embry?
Oh, fuck,
and
I don't know. I don't know how they... I lost how they were connected in there somewhere. But when he fucking says, oh, yeah, I worked at Google, that explains the AI stuff. And then I just ended up working in a psych ward or something. I'm fucking baffled. Adam.
Kevin, like,
But
even by your standards, this is lazy.
I still don't get, like, I've gone through it a few times and I'm like, so you're saying that you want to kill Sydney because
She wasn't there in New York because she was my inspiration.
She was your inspiration, your hero. So you murdered the bad guy who was your husband. And then what the fuck? I still don't get what she had to do with New York. She was talking like she fucking set that up, but I don't think she did.
No.
But she's like, oh, you sat out New York, so now you're the bad guy. I'm like, what? I don't know what you're fucking talking about.
Yeah. Fucking hold up.
I'm baffled.
Hold up. I'd be like, hold up a second. Do you hear what you fucking say?
Yeah. Before you kill me, can you just fucking go over that again? Because I am.
What was the middle bit again? I fucking lost it. That is the worst.
Yeah, I think it might be.
That is the worst.
I think it might be.
It's worse than Roman Bridger.
Well, the whole Roman stuff, it's like, okay, well, I don't like the retcon angle, but at least it sort of made sense.
I was wrong. He's the only single killer.
Yeah.
In the whole series.
Yes.
And the fact that 6 and 7 have both gone for a triple killer.
Well, it was kind of back to the double killer with using the first one as a bit of a throwaway.
Yeah, I know,
which was all right.
But they still had all connections,
killer.
so it's a triple killer.
Yeah.
So
you know what?
I need to stop this. I think give me a single killer.
You know, very early on, the thing that told me it's definitely not going to be Stu. I was just getting hints of. Remember they talked about that unused one where it was almost like not like a cult, but
yes,
Stu was pulling strings from prison basically, but he was sending people after Sydney.
Yeah.
When Carl gets knocked over, I was like, that's coming back, which I believe was Kevin Williamson's idea, was it not?
I think so.
So yeah, when they start pulling that, I'm like, oh, is Williamson pulling this, but knows that the fandom would kind of know about that script?
Yeah.
So he's going to pull the rug. So that was the point where I was kind of like, okay, I'm pretty certain the videos aren't fakes.
Okay. But yeah, this is the worst.
Yeah.
By far.
It's pretty ordinary.
Like significantly.
Yep.
Because it doesn't have any connection to anything. It doesn't come back to any Scream lore.
And it doesn't come back to, initially.
Previous characters or fucking something like that.
I mean, I recall having discussions about Emma Roberts. And very early on, I was like, I really don't like that one. But now when I watch it, it's a really strong piece of the whole, what people would do for fame and stuff.
Yes.
Which is fucking very prescient.
Probably again another one that's come
good.
After years, yeah. This one won't because it's not connected to anything.
No. It
was really lazy.
It was bad. It was very bad.
Like it stank of like you've got a week to finish this up.
It did.
But we're filming in a week.
And surely they know this. Surely they read the script and they're like, oh, fuck.
Okay, well, that didn't go anywhere.
This isn't going very well. Oh, well, it's too late in the piece now. We just got to run with it. Is that what they do?
They must. Or either be fucking write it on set.
Yeah.
Polish it up on set.
Yeah, I don't know. It was, but it was bad. A very low point.
Really bad.
And also they didn't use, I'll go back to one particular piece, the coffee shop, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have a moment. So I remember in Scream 6, we talked about how it was pretty cool to see the two ghost faces sort of step out together and do an attack. They almost had that again, but it was in the midst of like a chase, which we still haven't done.
Yeah.
They basically revealed, there's two of them, which we were expecting, but I'm like, is it now the point where if you reveal that we can have 4 or 5 minutes where they're actually on screen together as part of the chase?
Around,
Like I thought they really missed an opportunity there because that coffee shop one was pretty good.
Yeah.
So when you actually see them both sort of walking to her, I'm like, fuck, could we not have just got a minute or two with both of them there? That would have been really cool.
Yeah. She's got to outsmart the pair of them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd just love to see them go for a one killer for fuck's sake.
Yeah. Look, I think it's. If they are going to do part 8 and if the box office is looking like that might be the case, take a bit of time.
Yes.
Get back to the drawing board and really sort of punch things up a bit.
Yeah. Did you have anything else you wanted to bring up?
No,
specific?
Really just sidelining the siblings.
Yeah.
Because they were essentially not involved in the slightest.
Not really, no.
After the bar scene.
Yep.
And I was like, fuck.
And before that, I think they maybe had two or three scenes.
Yeah. I really enjoyed having them while they were on there, and didn't really go where I was hoping. So
yeah, correct. All right, let's quickly rate the series. Right, like we've now seen them all again because I hadn't seen 7. My rankings from top to bottom would go this way: the original, Scream 2, Scream 5, Scream 4, Scream 6, Scream 7, Scream 3.
I think you're bang on, same as me there. I actually did it yesterday on the bloody disgusting thing. They're doing the poll, trying to put together the definitive rankings. They want everyone's input. That's exactly what I put in. I put 1, 2, 5, 4, 6, 7, 3.
I would 6 and 4 could potentially change
6
around.
6 and 4 are neck and neck for me.
Because I kind of liked 6 a bit more.
Yeah.
I think the set pieces and that were directed better in 6.
Yes.
Some of that stuff, especially the attack where they're trying to climb across buildings, the attack in the convenience store.
Yeah.
Those things. Yeah, okay. I might go the 1, 2, 5, 6, 4, 7, 3.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's pretty close. Like I can sort of flip 6 and 4 depending on what day you talk to me. But yeah, I think the top of it's pretty set for me.
Yeah.
Although, this time around 5 and 2 were also pretty close. For me. So
yeah, like I have my problems with 2, but I still think it's a stronger entry.
Yes, it is, for
in
sure.
terms of the first hour is almost on par with the original. Like because it butts up against it. It sticks to all the meta commentary. It works really well. You've still got Sydney with a major role.
Yeah.
3 is by far the worst.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty clear.
It's pretty slapdash.
And this is coming from someone who enjoys 3 a bit more than I used to.
Yeah.
Like I can watch it now and take a few good things out of it.
It's pretty slapdash.
It's a pretty big margin.
It's Wes Craven not at his best. It's Williamson being a bit lazy, writing wise. Like it's just the outcome is stupid. We lose Sydney. Like we don't have Sydney for as long in it. So I can kind of see why 3 struggles to get traction.
Yeah.
Or make, we won't watch it again and go, that actually is better than I thought it was.
Yep.
And again, this one's not bad.
No, I didn't think it was bad.
But it's not at the level. Yeah, it's definitely the lower end.
There was parts of it that were very bad.
Yeah.
But as a whole, I wouldn't call it
See, that's
bad
what
work.
the ones above, like, those bottom 2 have got very bad bits.
Yeah.
Whereas all the ones above it, there's not so much of that.
No.
Like, it's like there are moments that are not great,
but
they're not really,
not
really
dipping
bad.
to the depths of of these 2.
All right, that was Scream 7. You can find us on Podomatic, iTunes, Spotify, and wherever else you get your podcasts. Send us an email at thrillme@iinet.net.au. We're on Facebook at Thrill Me Podcast Australia, Podomatic at thrillme.podomatic.com, and Instagram at thrillmepodcastau. Make sure you rate and review us on all the platforms to spread the word. Now, keep an eye on the Facebook page for details of what we cover next, but until then, take it easy, everyone, and we'll catch you later. Cheers. Find the podcast at Podomatic or on iTunes. Don't forget to rate and review. Like us on Facebook at Thrill Me Podcast Australia or contact us at thrillme, all one word, all lowercase, at iinet.net.au.